So it's dinner time now. So I wanted to do something a little simple and quick. And I thought, let me make some quesadillas. So let me show you how to make some low carb quesadillas. I'm gonna be making some mushroom and spinach quesadillas. So I have these baby bella or cremini mushrooms right here, and they work really well to saute because they don't melt away and you can still kind of taste them after the sauteing. So I'm gonna chop up some of these. Just gonna get rid of the end part like that. And I'm gonna keep the rest of the stem because it works out really well. And just slice them. Again, you don't want them too thin, otherwise they kind of disintegrate while you're cooking. So just a little bit of thickness is perfect like this. I'm gonna go ahead and chop these down. So I have all my mushrooms chopped, and this looks like a lot of mushrooms, but keep in mind that they do shrink as we cook them. And also I'm making these quesadillas for the whole family. So if you're only making it for yourself, you probably just need about 3 or 4 mushrooms. But I have a skillet right here on medium heat, and I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil. And once that's a little bit hot, I'm gonna add some mushrooms in there. Give them a toss. And once the mushrooms get coated in oil, we sprinkle on some garlic powder, again to taste. And you can also use fresh garlic if you like. And give it a mix. And I also add a little bit of salt. Now be careful when you're salting these because they're going to shrink and the salt will intensify, so start conservatively. And we're going to cook these down until the oil kind of separates from the mushroom and all the moisture gets evaporated. And there's no more moisture here, but I'm going to cook it just a little bit longer until they get a little caramelized, and that's going to bring out all the flavor in these mushrooms. So the mushrooms are sauteed, and in the same pan, I'm going to put in just another little bit of olive oil again. Get that heated up. And here I have some fresh spinach leaves. I'm going to add these in. And we're doing a quick toss. We just want these to wilt just a little bit. I also have some taco seasoning. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit on there for flavor. Again, I'm not going to overcook these leaves, just until they wilt a little bit and they'll be ready. And that looks perfect. All right, so we're finally ready to put together our quesadilla. Now, for the low carb tortillas, I love these Fit and Active tortillas, and I'm not being sponsored, so this is just purely my opinion, but I get these from Aldi. This is about the only place I ever see them. I don't know if it's their brand or not, but they cook up so amazing. Like when you actually cook it on the stove with a little bit of oil, it actually crisps up and it feels like a real tortilla. You cannot tell that it's a low carb tortilla, and it only has 4 net carbs per tortilla. So this is what I'm gonna use. And my pan is hot here, so I've got a little bit of oil. Just gonna drizzle in there. Coat the pan, and in goes the tortilla. And the minute I put it in there, I'm gonna just coat the bottom and immediately flip it over. And then the bottom side is gonna get cooked a little more than the top side, because eventually we're gonna flip it around, and while we're stuffing the quesadilla, we don't want it to burn. So that's why we're gonna do the bottom side first, and this side has just the oil on it, and it's gonna remain like that for now. Okay, and you can just peek on the underside and see how that's nice and golden. That's perfect. Flip it around, and I'm gonna start stuffing the tortilla. Now this is about 1.5 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. You can use as much as you want. I like about 1.5 ounces, especially if you're counting your macros, then you can figure out how many carbs and fat and calories, so forth there is. And on top of that, we have our spinach leaves that have been lightly sauteed. Have some mushrooms. And you can put as much or as little of this as you like in there. And also you can add things in there. I've added jalapenos in there, I've added olives in there, so whatever you have on hand will be perfect. I also have some spring onions, gives it a nice fresh flavor. And finally, the second half of the cheese goes over the top. And I'm just going to take this and fold it onto itself and press until all the cheese is melted and everything comes together. Look at that, it's beautiful. And if you hear this, hear that? It's actually a crispy sound, just like a real tortilla. So there you have it. Here is my dinner. I've got my spinach and mushroom quesadilla. I've got some lupin, which I had prepared earlier, and it stays in the fridge really good. So it's a good make-ahead protein source. And got some avocados. So let's give this a try. That tortilla is fantastic. And the mushroom, just the right amount of bite. Spinach is flavorful. This is a perfect meal. Now, if you like videos like this, please be sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you'll be the first to know every time I post a new video. And be sure you like the video and share it with your friends. But remember, it's easy to keto if you know how. Thanks for watching. Bye.